A late night Super Bowl on the banks of the Charles River. Seattle Seahawks and Kylemcc takes on Roly football and his Miami Dolphins at Super Bowl VIII. We'll eventually have an angry, loud, shirtless Floridian joining us, maybe a half-asleep Scotsman, but we are here today for the end of the first season of Madden 26, and what a game it is set to be between one of Europe's best and one of North America's best here tonight. Kids, thank you so much as well for the sub. Listen, today, the favourite, I think, will have to probably be Kylemcc. Kyle knows that there's going to be a lot of expectation on him. Thank you, Blazer Guns, as well, especially after the disappointment of how he lost the Super Bowl this time last year against Newff. It was a North American last year. It's a North American again this year. Kyle comes in with the 27th best pass offense in the league, but the best rush offense in the league. Defensively, the 17th best pass defense and the best rushing defense in the entire league. So best rushing offense and best rushing defense with a normal season record of 15 wins, 2 losses. One of those were against the surprise package of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The roster, though, of the Seahawks looks like this. Jalen Milroe continues to be a dual threat. Not only can he throw the ball, but he runs for yards. Kenneth Walker is, of course, back and legal for this Super Bowl. Elijah Ariorio, that's how you pronounce it, comes in today. 6'5" tight end, is a physical specimen with Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, and also Torrey Horton on the side. The offensive line is not bad from the Seattle Seahawks, but it could be better. Charles Cross, of course, the standout name. The defensive line, though, has some injuries. Leonard Williams and Byron Murphy out, so we'll be up to maybe Jaron Reed today to set the tone, but some great edge rushers in DeMarcus Lawrence and Boye Mafe. Batty has arrived into the studio looking half hungover here on Bourbon Street. I don't know where the fuck you've been, Connor. The traffic must have been killer. Linebackers, Bobby Wagner, of course, made that blockbuster trade from the Commanders over to the Seahawks, and the old-timer may well have his retirement game here today at Super Bowl VIII with Ernest Jones next to him. Secondary, of course, one of the best in the league, Devin Witherspoon, Julian Love, and also Tariq Woolen. Going over to Miami, of course, Roly football today comes in with the 19th, best pass offense in the league, the 5th best rush offense in the league. Defensively, though, he has been top 10 in both metrics, 9th for pass defense and 5th for rush defense. His team looks pretty standard. He comes in with a 12-5 record, 5 losses compared to Kyle's 2. Tua Tagovailoa has been rejuvenated. He has turned Tua into a competent quarterback. That is a task that alone deserves praise and glory. Devon Achane, of course, is always dangerous with Darren Waller. He's turned out to be old, but so gold for Roly football. An incredible game against the Las Vegas Raiders he had. Wide receivers, of course, again, a bit ancient on that side. Tyreek Hill, maybe his legs will go after the next advance with the downgrades coming with the speed, with the age. Jalen Waddle, though, will be the main threat, you'd think, with Nick Westbrook-Ikine has also been pretty handy for the Dolphins also, I will say that. The O-line, about same, maybe a little bit slightly better than the Seahawks O-line. Jonas Savania, James Daniels, and Aaron Brewer, the standout 3. The defensive line, of course, doesn't have any injuries compared to the Seahawks line. Kenneth Grant, Jalen Phillips, Chop Robinson in particular have all had fantastic seasons, with the linebacker room having some injuries. Channing Tindall and Jordan Brooks out injured after that Las Vegas Raiders game, which means it will be maybe down to Tyrell Dodson and Willie Gay tonight. The secondary, of course, absolutely wonderful to see Minkah Fitzpatrick in a Super Bowl. He will look to maybe make his mark today with a couple of interceptions here or there, but the cornerback room a little bit iffy. Rajal Douglas and Kader Kohu as the main cornerback 1-2 combination. Neon today has this game set to be a 35-34 victory to the Miami Dolphins, with no interceptions being thrown by either quarterback. None from Milroe, none from Tua. But this today is, this Neon today is saying that it will be a repeat of last year. It will be Kyle in the first Super Bowl of the new game, and it will be Kyle once again losing to a North American. For Roly football, it would be his first ever Super Bowl win, not just in the franchise league, but in general. He's reached a couple in the fantasy league, never got over the line. Kyle also the same. Someone today pops their Super Bowl virginity and gets it over the line. Batty, as we load in to this one today, then give me your comms, give me your opinions. Who do you have for this one today? Who do you like and why?
I like the Seahawks because I think that defense, especially secondary, kind of matches the offense of Miami, and I think, you know, sort of just the trenches battle between the two teams, I probably slightly favour the Seahawks as well, because I think roster-wise it's there, but I think this is all going to be about how you utilise your playmakers, and both these guys, especially Roly, has been able to utilise, you know, the Achan, Waddle, Tyreek Hill, etc. So I think it's a very, very hard one for me to call. I think we'll kind of see early on, you know, how each of them is kind of feeling as they, because you got no idea what, you know, his connection's going to kind of be like. But where is the Super Bowl? What's
San Francisco, California.
Okay, right. So yeah, it's I think I'll give a slight edge to the Seahawks, but I think the spread for me would probably be like 2.5, if not even less. You know, he had a slightly better record, you could argue, slightly harder kind of division, maybe even run to the Super Bowl, but it doesn't matter, you know, like it depends which one of these two kind of copes with the pressure of this game better.
Absolutely. Well, kickoff is here, and Super Bowl VIII is up and underway for Kyle. Only his second ever appearance in a Super Bowl for Roly, his first as a franchise league player. Of course, he had Kenneth Walker suspended for a game or two, Matty, after kind of breaching those stat limits, but you would think today he's going to use Kenneth Walker to his maximum ability. Where do you think this game was won or lost for both of these two? I think we know, of course, Roly Football loves the RPOs. He loves the screening plays. For Kyle, we know he loves to run with Jalen Milroe. Is it black and white tonight? Simple as that? For Roly, you've got to contain the quarterback. For Kyle, you're going to need to kind of play the flats and play the kind of the other half flats nice and quickly as they break through here. Kenneth Walker, wonderful gain of 24 yards off the first rush already.
Yeah, I think the game is lost by clock management. I think when, you know, both people are kind of this close, I think you've got to expect, both of them are probably going to expect that, you know, you're going to throw a couple of bad passes, maybe get picked off a couple of times, but if you can, Jesus, Milroe's got out of that.
Jalen Milroe is fast. Jalen Milroe all the way, buddy.
Oh,
all the way.
He's gone.
And that's a touchdown. First one of the season of this Super Bowl. And he is in. 7 points up. The Seahawks have found their way already. It just takes one. Jalen Milroe with lightning fast speed. Are you seeing anything in the game, Fred Batty, to suggest maybe which one of these two has pulled host? Of course, there's no invite system. It's you both load in and whoever pulls it, pulls it. Do you have any indication?
Yeah, have a quick look. No, nothing yet. Just both say good luck to each other, so yeah. No, I think it's kind of a smart move by Kyle there. You know, you got 24 yards on the outside in the first run. You know, you're able to get to the edge, and you know, got an extra kind of 10 yards there. Yeah, you can maybe argue he's got a bit fortunate that Milroe stayed in bounds, but you know, it's you got to score points whenever you can. You know, that kind of PA isn't going to work. So you know, the third time that you run it, so you got to kind of make the most of it now. But yeah, it's a bit concerning for Miami, for Roly, with, you know, his team just not being able to get to the outside there at all.
Yeah, absolutely drop down, no gain. And I think this is the thing, you know, we are seeing Roly tonight play a guy in Kylemcc who is not going to throw the ball often. You go back to that one game that stands out against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which he lost. He only had something like 110 or 78 yards. It was something very, very low yards passing, 78 to 110 yards of passing in the fourth quarter. Kyle is not going to throw this football a lot today. He's going to aim to run the ball either with Kenneth Walker or with Jalen Milroe. And the disappointing thing for Roly to hear is that Kyle not only is an efficient runner of the ball, he is a great run stopper. If Roly wants to run this ball today, he may not have a lot of opportunity because Kyle will shut that door instantly.
Yeah, he's got to, I think he's got to come up with some, if you are, you can't abandon the run. Like we've all played the game enough where you can't become too predictable, but not being able to, you know, run the ball, or being able to run the ball here, I think you're going to have to kind of come up with some sort of unorthodox runs. Like I like the counter call there, you know, because they're the kind of runs that can counter somebody that loves to use the linebacker and kind of shoot the gap themselves. They're the kind of runs that can make them pay. It's just a bit unfortunately, you know, the D tackle, which I believe is Leonard Williams, just kind of insta shed and got through there. But yeah, it's not ideal for Miami. You know, you've given up a touchdown in 3 plays, and on the other hand, you've had 3 plays yourself, and you've given the ball back already. So, and now it's up to this defense to try and make the most of, or to try and get the offense back on the field here.
Well, that's more like it, as he stops Kenneth Walker in again of 2. There will be people saying that Kyle, of course, is more warmed up. He played that game against Dave around about, well, finished the game against Dave about an hour ago, so he is kind of more fresh. Roly football, of course, got out of class, got out of football practice in real life, and then just came straight on. So maybe that element of rustiness is there as a potential kind of excuse, if you want to call it that. But again, you have to kind of figure it out in that sense. Roly football is never going to be in a position after playing his championship game where he could come on, play, and then be warmed up for the Super Bowl. So, you know, right now, he's just got to force a stop here. Does not want to concede any more points. Does not want to go 14-0 down against Kyle, who is potent. As that's a big hit there. Drops him down onto the 42. Kenneth Walker so far is the target. Matty runs, passes. Only Kenneth Walker's touched the ball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of the Seahawks in real life. You know, they use that 1-2 punch of Charbonnet and K9, and
that's great again. Kenneth Walker again, right position, right timing, and again, Roly football is going to be consistently in a state of fear and panic because he doesn't know when Jalen Milroe kind of peels off to the left or the right. Can he just take off? You saw the explosive speed. It's like Lamar Jackson light over there. Of course, made the Pro Bowl as the quarterback did Jalen Milroe, and you're seeing why. Like, is that dual threat, the ability to throw the ball and the ability to run the ball so dangerous. It's the ultimate dream of a quarterback for Kyle. Jalen Milroe now looking for a deep shot, maybe left side, and that's to Cooper Kupp, down for a gain of 8. So again, these drag routes so far working a treat here. Keep it nice and simple. Gain the yards, move the chains.
Yeah, that was just Cooper Kupp's route running there. But yeah, you want to set a spy against somebody like Jalen Milroe. But at the same time, setting the spy, that's normally the guy that's assigned to the running back. So it's pick your poison, essentially. And it's a great play call by Kyle. And
Milroe then going down. The worst thing that could possibly happen, that would be a real indicator in this game as to how much juju there is if, you know, Roly hits Kyle when he's using Jalen Milroe, and Jalen Milroe then gets injured, because he will not have the same kind of ability with the backup, which I think is Sam Darnold. That's what he's got right now. Anyway, we're on the 37, 3rd and inches. A huge opportunity here for Roly football to get a stop. Milroe over the top, and that's touchdown by Valdez Scantling. And that there could be one of the final touchdowns he scores as a Seahawk, because his contract is up and there's no sign of renewal. 14-0 Kylemcc with a dream start here in the Super Bowl. Roly football looks lost. He doesn't know how to stop Kyle moving this football on offense.
So, I mean, look at the way he attacked that drive. Can you blame him? You know, he's gone outside, underneath, outside, and then he just hit the seam. You know, he wouldn't even be thinking about guarding the seam at that point. But yeah, that's just essentially. And now it's you absolutely. You can even argue you now in four down territory as the Dolphins already. You need to get something going.
I mean, the only person that Roly football could ever ask about this kind of situation to, and it's not throwing shade on him because I love him, is Killian. Of course, we know Killian has been a constant stay in the franchise league. Killian, of course, got the kind of reputation of almost being the Buffalo Bills with how many Super Bowls he's reached and failed to win. Roly football's first franchise league Super Bowl but he has reached Super Bowls in the fantasy league and lost. This isn't anything new to Roly football. He's been down in these big games before. That's a great move there. And another one. And look at that. That's great stick movement there. Little cuts inside and gets onto the 37. That is the type of play that Roly football will want to see from his players if he's going to make a comeback here 14 down. That's the first good sign of offense from Roly football here.
Yeah, it's the first time he's moved the chains. So, but it's going to elaborate from my point there. But oh God, I completely lost my train of thought.
He runs through here. Come on, A-Shane there, getting his movement going. Gain of 7 puts him on the 30. I think at this position here, he'd be disappointed with the start and the first 2 plays of this drive to only walk away with 3. I think he's got to walk away with something. He can't walk away 14-0 down in this position. But I mean, realistically, he's got to be careful. Roly football does have that kind of reputation as a player. He can play safe, he will throw screens, he will throw the RPO, but he also has a reputation of being a little bit risky at points, and that does get him in trouble. He has thrown picks here and there when maybe getting a little bit too overconfident. Tonight, though, no sign of those confidence. Usually a brash and boisterous performer is Roly football. He'll talk going into the end zone. He'll really kind of talk to his opponents, but tonight it's nothing. It's radio silence, and he's 14-0 down. He has to find a way to channel that confidence and make Carl respect his game here. 3rd and 1.
I remember what I was going to say now.
Left inside that one that brought in is A-Shane. Ooh. Go on, man.
I think providing, you're within 2 scores at the whole time, I think he's got a chance. And there comes a point where you get to 5 minutes left in the 4th where you absolutely have to score, but Madden does give and take away quite regularly. And I think in a game like this, the slightest momentum shifts are going to be cataclysmic. So as long as he takes the chances and keeps converting, doesn't feel any pressure on the 3rd and 4th downs, which are going to be inevitable against this Seahawks defense. You don't get a first set of downs on this defense very easily. Both teams, to be quite honest. Roly's played Roly before. I've seen Roly play people that I consider quite good at the game, and he is very good defensively. So you just got to take what you're given.
I tell you what, he's done great to throw that one away. Yeah, I think he had a little bit of a lag spike there because it just felt like it jolted there. It looked like he was going to look for the right trigger play on that Texas route, but then ended up just not throwing it. Maybe it was that delay, maybe it was that jump, who knows. But good news for him is that it's only 2nd and 10, so not a big deal as of yet. The run here right round this right-hand side as here comes A-Shane, bouncing off 1, and that's a gain of 7. 3rd and 3 puts him into a great position to get his first 7 of tonight. So for the first time this game...
That to me says he's full down territory already.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. I think he's absolutely... I mean, he is someone that loves to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 6, 4th and 8.
He's got great conversion rate. Why not?
He does. He does. Well, this one's not good though, Batty. 2 throwing that one away. And 4th and 3. As it looks like we're going to see now. Does he take his 3 or does he say it's time to be confident, it's time to be brave, it's time to be bold and try and get 3 yards here? He needs his best kind of red zone play, if you want to call it that. Just needs 3. Doesn't need the whole 13. There you go. Confirmation. Roly football saying to Kyle here through his play calling, I am going for it. Let's see if you can stop it.
I think, honestly, if I'm in the same situation and I'm Mr. Conservative, I'm probably doing the same thing.
4th and 3 on the 13. He needs 3. Roly football making some adjustments here. Play clock down to 9. Where's he going to go with this one? And that is a touchdown. There's Westbrook-Ikhine. We said about how important he's been in the Miami Dolphins season. You talk about these big players, these big names by the Jalen Waddles, the Tyreek Hills, but it has been Westbrook-Ikhine, as we've been with Dan before watching a Roly football game, who brings home 7 points again. Mr. Reliable, someone that the Miami Dolphins fans wouldn't be thinking would be scoring at a Super Bowl. But Westbrook-Ikhine gets the first 7 on the board, and Roly football just like that is back in the conversation. 14-7, Kyle back on the football.
Yeah, good play call there. I think he saw that it was man just before the snap and, made one It was a bit unlucky. The escape normally beats man quite well. You know, there's a couple of routes there, but the route that normally beats it, he ended up, you know, his two players kind of ran into DB on the previous play, which stopped him getting free. So, yeah, we're from Kyle to call
That's a good run stop as well. Gain of 2. So both of these two never have taken home that $150 value trophy. They want to have that in their possession. Of course, no one this season will walk away with a gold trophy. Pickens still the only franchise league player to do it. A little bit of history there. He, though, was knocked out by the Philadelphia Eagles in the early rounds of the playoffs. That will be one that he will be itching to make correct next season. As the screen here goes over to Kenneth Walker, and Kenneth Walker in the end runs right into an oncoming Dolphin, 3rd and 3 on the 31. So Kyle using Roly Football's own weapon of the slip screen against him. Question of how Roly can maybe cope and deal with that.
This is a 3rd and short. This is where you've got to pick your poison. Is it Milrow or K9? Because it's one of them.
Well, let's see if maybe Milrow gets a move on here. Milrow looking, scanning, flag of the play though, Batty. What's that flag for?
Holding maybe?
And it's a legal contact from Willie Gay. And that is absolutely horrendous if you're a Roly Football fan tonight. That is terrible, because again, the defence did brilliantly there, Batty. Got through the Seahawks O-line and looked like it was going to be a sack, and the flag in the end saves Kyle. So a bit of a let-off there.
Yeah.
Well, Jalen Milrow again. Left side. Oh, he's very lucky. He's very, very lucky. And I tell you what, that's great IQ from Roly Football now.
To hold on to that as well. Like, that should have been a breakup. Like, I'm a bit annoyed if that's me. I'm like, how the hell are you not knocking that out?
He's got Kenneth Walker in his sights, though. He knows now.
Yeah,
Kenneth Walker's the guy. And again, Kenneth Walker with 6 catches for 50 yards today continues to be the main primary target. Of course, you know, Valdez-Scantling getting the touchdown. He'll get the plaudits early on, but said Kenneth Walker is being put through his paces here tonight. And that's where wear and tear comes in, Batty. If he keeps using Kenneth Walker, if he keeps putting the pressure of the game on Kenneth Walker, and he keeps getting hits with Kenneth Walker, eventually Kenneth Walker is going to combust. There's going to have to be a point where Kyle starts to trust in the rest of his team. 1st and 10 on the 46.
Charbonnet behind him. There's one a bit of backups you could have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've seen,
and look at this, a wonderful QB driller. Jalen Milrow gets down for a gain of 9, 3 rushes, 59 yards already from Jalen Milrow tonight. It looks like he's on for another 100-yard game, the most rushing yards from a quarterback this season. Top 3 in order: Jalen Milrow, Lamar Jackson, and Anthony Richardson. So a unique list here in season 8. 2nd and 1 on the 37, field goal range clear. Milrow here looking over the top, and that is a touchdown. What a find from Jalen Milrow to Jackson Smith, and Jigba guided his eyes towards Kenneth Walker and then uses the talent on the wide receiver core for the Seahawks. I love a bit of JSM, and he has made his mark there. 21-7. 3 minutes and 19 seconds of this first half.
That's an absolute dog.
Yeah, it is.
Great catch, but fuck me. To put that in that pocket, like, great find.
So
that's not an easy throw to make.
And Kyle finding himself, breaking records with Jalen Milrow, breaking rushing records and yard attempts and all that kind of nonsense with Jalen Milrow. Still got him for pretty much the entirety of the save. Only the first year of his rookie contract, so he is not going to need to worry about a quarterback for the end of time. Is Kyle. So for the people in that NFC West division, it's a nightmare, definitely. Well, listen, 1st and 10 on the 35, still 3 minutes 19 seconds and the 2-minute warning of the first half. It's not all doom and gloom for Roly, especially if he makes this one 21-14. The one thing that he does not want to do here is throw a pick. He has to keep the chains moving. He's got to get up the field. More rotation and more audibles here coming in, which is interesting. Let's see if this one pans out. Tua goes to that right side, and that's a wonderful find to Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill, the 20, the 10, and it's an instant response back. 21-14. Old man Tyreek still has a little bit of gas in the tank. He said he's on the trade block for next season. Well, if he is, and that's his last contribution as a Dolphin, That's a huge one. 21-14. Kyle immediately split open by that wonderful play calling and that audible into that slants play there from Kyle. Said,
I think it's going to have a bit
35,
of
34.
a... Yeah, I think it's going to have a bit of a weird effect on Kyle, because every time he's given up a big play, he's come out in man. And, you know, I admire it, because if there is a defence of the game that could probably play man against the Dolphins, it's, you know, the Seahawks, but your adjustments have to be on point. You know, and you're going to get cooked by somebody like Tyreek or even Jalen Waddle on man a lot of the time, because whichever one isn't assigned by Tyreek Woolen is going to absolutely cook Deadman with a spoon. So, yeah, it's a great notice by Roly again there. I think he saw the man coverage when he was, you know, the audibles was like, fuck it, I'm going to put a load of crossers like I did last time, and it's worked out in a touchdown, and that's just a devastating blow for the Seahawks team. Yeah, you're in the lead, but you feel like all that hard work was for nothing.
So the one thing right now that Kyle's doing is he's just keeping it simple. It's either a run play with Kenneth Walker, a little dump off to Kenneth Walker, or it's that kind of immediate kind of drag route, outside route to Cooper Kupp, who, like you said, Bayi, he's not the most incredible wide receiver, but his route running numbers are absolutely world class. So one of the highest in the position category. It's a good run stop there, 2nd and 10 on the 40. And as time continues to tick away here in this first half. But I mean, for Roly Football, who was 14-0 down to now only be 21-14 down, it's a good recovery of sorts. But he'll be hoping maybe you can force Kyle into a punt and maybe make a break for it before this second half gets underway. Jalen Miller again looking left-hand side, the crosser open left-hand side though, Batty, and that is incomplete. Committed to that one. That was huge. It was a great switch onto that corner and provided pressure there to Kyle. Big.
Yeah, I think Kyle probably want that one back. It's a bit of a weird animation he got there, but still, I think that's well played by both of them to kind of spot that, and just Kyle saw nothing was on and was like, fuck it, I've got to try out 1-1 in here, and Roly noticed it and got his hand in there as well. So great play by the both of them.
Jenna Miller again looking over the middle there, potentially Barry. Where's he going to go? Right side though, and there's Cooper Kupp once again. He just can't keep Cooper Kupp in his sights, Batty. The old veteran at Seattle is proving to be a real chain mover. He talked about how he needed to alternate from Kenneth Walker. He's now introducing Cooper Kupp as that weapon to get the ball and drive the ball up the field, and Roly just cannot cope with it. Time and time again, Cooper Kupp gets free. Time and time again, Cooper Kupp gets the first down. Huge on the 23. And for Roly now, he's in a position where maybe he will go into the second half 14 points down. Pressure coming though. Jalen Milroe not able.
Whether they're at the start or the end of their career, this whole Seattle offense is just so elusive. Like, all in their own right, and you got the old vet, fucking Cooper Kupp, who, as you say, is going to be high 90s route running in every department. JSN, probably one of the best, if not the best, young route runner in the league. And then, Kenneth Walker, who's the most explosive running backs in the league.
Here he comes, and this one here down onto the 7.
Jesus.
Right through the centre. He is a speed demon. And Roly Football there was, I think he was covering Cooper Kupp that time, was looking for that drag route, and then open sesame, the seas part, and he runs right through the centre of you. Kyle looks unstoppable right now. Every single time he's been on the football, Roly has not been able to consistently keep him still. I don't think he's had him on third down once, has he? Maybe once.
Yeah, I think there's one so far, one third down.
Oh my goodness, we look at that absolute pressure and push from the O-line there. The run blocking was brilliant from the Seattle Seahawks. Puts him down onto the 4. And a timeout there now taken by Miami. So Roly Football expecting maybe a score to happen and wants some time to maneuver himself back into this game also. 4-yard line. That's the Seahawks looking to go 28-14 up. Fitzpatrick coming down, and there we go. Kenneth Walker moves to the left-hand side, and that one's stopped for a loss of 1. 3rd and goal on the 5. And the reality is, Carl would be annoyed if he walks away here, Batty, with only a field goal, but it would be a 10-point lead nevertheless. So Doesn't need to be too aggressive here. I think the name of the game in the Super Bowl is always to be as conservative as possible and take your points when they appear. Let's see if he can find 7 or if you have to settle for 3. Play action here, round the right-hand side. Jalen Milroe, and that is a touchdown.
Oh,
what a catch. Number 80 brings it in, and that was through the eye of a needle there.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I thought that was
Wow.
a pick as soon as it left his hand.
I don't think Roly's going to believe that one, Barry. I thought it was either going to be swatted in midair or it was going to be a pick as well. But 28-14. Kyle may be getting a little bit fortunate with that one, but you need a little bit of luck here and there in the Super Bowl. Bruised ribs for the right guard Haynes of the Seahawks. The first injury in this Super Bowl game today. Super Bowl 8 is Roly football. Now has 1 minute and 10 seconds and 1 timeout to try and limit the bleed here. 3 points would make it an 11-point game. Wouldn't put him in a great position, but still a recoverable position. The concern I have is, does Roly go too aggressive? Tried to throw some sort of bomb with Tua, gets picked off, and then finds himself in a very bad position. Keep in mind, Kyle's still with 3 timeouts. If Kyle manages to get a pick, get a fumble, any sort of turnover, this could get very, very ugly very, very quickly. So in a bit of a precarious and nervy position is Roly football at this minute in time.
Yeah, Neon is not going to jinx it, but Neon has nailed one of the start predictions.
Oh no, Batty! Oh, good! That was close.
Yeah, I nearly spoke it into existence without saying it fully.
Yeah, I felt like he panicked on that one and just launched. Maybe didn't see him in the backfield, but that was really, really risky in Roly football. That's that kind of streak within him, the aggressive streak. He goes down, he wants to get right back up again. 2nd and 10 on the 35 though. The Dolphins ready to go once more. To a right side, that's a wonderful find, and Waller there out onto the 48 and gets out of bounds. It's huge. Waller was, I think, maybe just 1 or 2 steps there, Batty, away from being completely free and going for a touchdown.
Yeah, if that's Waller 3-4 years ago, that probably is a touchdown, you're right.
1st and 10 on the 48. Tua here, not in field goal range yet, but where's this one going to go? Tua, that's great blocking there. Tua here running to the right hand side, just going to take this one out for a gain of 2. Nothing came open. Good blocking again from the Miami Dolphins O-line that time. Doesn't really lose too much time either. I think 6 seconds or 5 seconds it was. Puts him closer into the 46. Of course, we've heard reports, rumors, you know, this season, Batty, that Momo has scored a 64-yard field goal. You know, maybe he trusts in his kicker if all things go terribly wrong. X may be looking open. Oh, right trigger all day, Batty. And that's Devon Achane onto the 5. That is huge. What a play. That motion PA sweep seams play is his best friend. That has opened up doors for him just there. 41-yard reception, and it is the battle of the running backs tonight. Achane versus Kenneth Walker as receivers. 42 seconds left of this first half, but it's dropped down to 29 seconds. I'm surprised he didn't maybe quick huddle that one back.
I think you have to just leak this out. I think you attack the outside here. Quick.
A lot of motion. Where's he going to go? Circle.
Yeah.
Ooh,
oh no.
Nuts.
That's okay. Stops the clock.
It's not too bad. It's not all bad. 2nd goal on the 5. Just depends on this red zone
I'm a
defense.
madman. I'd run here.
I just think his run defense is too good. I think it's too good. The Dolphins using a timeout, Bay.
Maybe chose the wrong play. I don't know.
It's not got audible, so you can switch into. That's a very, very risky and silly play here, especially if he gets stopped inbounds here. I don't think Carl's going to believe his luck with that one. Well, that is maybe a
He's
moment
going to make sure he just hits. I mean, he's just got to hit the red zone. The
moment of madness from Roly, I can't lie. Oh my goodness me, and that's 3rd and goal. 9 seconds remaining still.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't realise he had 1 timeout left. I don't know, but
yeah, you got to get these speedy boys, you know, Warren and rake on either very fast cutting in or very fast cutting out routes here. Yeah, it's the only way you're gonna get past Kyle's also superhuman fucking stick switch ability as well.
Going to go on the 5-2 here, looking again by through the middle, touchdown. That's more like it. The Roly football may have made a mistake with the timeout, but it does not define him. 28-21. And that is a great response. This is what great players do, Bay. They go down, and then with a minute and 10 seconds and one timeout remaining, even with mistakes in his game from Roly, finds 7 points and puts this one again right back in the conversation. The big thing for me is not Roly's ability to score here. Clearly he has that ability. My concern is he hasn't stopped Kyle at all. He hasn't even made the drives last long for Kyle. Kyle is cutting and slicing and dicing through this Miami Dolphins defense at free will. Roly has to try and find a way to put him on 3rd and 10, to put him on 4th and whatever. What is he doing here, Batty?
He's needing to go to half.
I thought maybe, I thought maybe for a minute there he was going to be audible out and then flip over the top. I would never do it. I would never, even if someone's kneeling against me, Batty, I'm never coming out and fucking field goal block or anything. There's no way. You got no chance.
Yeah. It does get a bit glitchy, but I know what you mean. Like, if your guys do not get, like, if one of your guys doesn't get through, like, the tackles immediately, it's just a touchdown every time. But if they do, you can probably, you know, break up that pass. But yeah, I think he was just in the recents tab there, and I don't know why you'd even choose that in the recents tab. I just come out, you know, a normal cup or two or something. But yeah, it's maybe thought, you know what, let's get a fumble and an E here or something.
Well, listen, the Miami Dolphins back on possession here. This is a great moment for Roly. Absolutely, he just needs to make sure he's calm here. And that's a great... yeah, that went a bit too high. That's Tua. That's mashed potato brain Tua Tagovailoa that we know there. Doesn't know where he is. Thinks he's in a McDonald's car park somewhere. But said the play was great, wide open, but quarterback was ass.
I think it's one of those where, like, he's seen it and then he's like, right, let's make sure he's not switching, and then by the time he's thrown it, he's, you know, incomplete.
2nd and 10 on the 35, and the one thing you don't want to do when you start with the football is have to punt the ball back to Kyle. He's got to get some sort of positive yardage here. It's one audible.
Got to be careful, yeah.
One audible into another. He may not have time to snap this off, Bay.
I was gonna say, it's got to be.
Goes to the right side, and that's going to be immediately blown up. Gain of 3 though, 3rd and 7. And
Bobby
2 lines there.
Fucking hell, mate, keeping up with you, John. Take that all day. Christ, it's going to be a good speed difference between them two nowadays.
So I'm excited to see the fall off of overalls when we get this next Vance going. I'm absolutely excited for that.
Yeah, I can't jump the party after this, so I can hear all the meltdown.
Well, here comes Tua. What's he going to do? Hands this one off to A-Shane. And that's 4th and 1 though, Bay. He is short, and you would think he's going to go for this.
Yeah. I like this kind of, right, I'm in 4-down territory anyway, so I'm going to run it on downs that, you know, my opponent probably predict that I'm not going to. Makes it way more manageable. So, I mean, this is, you could potentially argue this is the game right here, but I don't hate it, so
well,
don't like this fucking play call though.
He needs a yard. What is he going to get here? Tua here, directing traffic again. Hands this one off here, and is he over?
Over?
He's not over. He's not over.
No.
He bumps into his own man and he's blocked off. And Kyle gets the ball back. He needed to make one step to the right, and he's going to try and challenge that. I don't think that's a successful challenge, Batty. I don't think he got over.
Yeah. He could lose the timeout here.
He has lost the timeout. It wasn't over.
No,
wow.
I don't think he was over either. I think he's just tried to, like, make sure he doesn't get insta-shed when he goes into that gap. You know, like, try and bounce off a tackle and go round, but Achan's not got enough size to him. He's just bounced straight off his own line.
An opportunity now for Kyle. Absolutely huge gain of 2.
It's a gift for Kyle.
Yeah,
Not only have you stuffed him, you've also drained one of his valuable assets.
Absolutely.
So
that's the thing that Kyle wants to keep doing, keep re-establishing that 14-point lead. I think he's happy. He's keeping Roly at bay with a large stick because he knows Roly can't keep him from moving this football how he wants to. Left-hand side, that's a good start though, and that's 3rd and 13. The first signs, Batty, of that Miami Dolphins defense coming to life here.
Yeah, that was all Roly though. I don't know if you saw that. You saw how the line, he was on the right hand side and he saw the O-line shift and his brain just went screen and he double switched over to the big edge to get that tackle in. So that's but those are the kind of plays that he's going to need to make after not getting that 4. So you gotta drag yourself back into this somehow.
Well, here we go. The right hand side looking middle as well, and Roly gonna try and cover here with Milrow. It's a huge hit. 4th and 3 on the 38, and that's field goal range. Batty Carl absolutely going to take his points in, re-establish a 2-score possession. That's a great run by Jalen Milrow. Didn't look for the instant yards. That's the IQ of Kyle there saying, I'm looking just to get in range for the field goal. Does so, gain of 10, and now has a 10-point lead.
Yeah, it's essentially, 3 points for free, so it's take your points there all day long. Let's give a bit, first time this Dolphins defense has kind of helped out the whole team in this game, you could argue. So, now imperative that Roly just makes the 1st and 2nd downs a lot easier, I think. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to pull your rabbit out the hat when you're playing a team like Kyle, or a player like Kyle with a team like the Seahawks, or this Seahawks team, we'll argue. But yeah, it's you gotta make life a wee bit easier on yourself.
Well, he gets a gain of 4. Not going to be playing with that. You're running back 4 yards every time. You'll be happy with it. So Kyle at this point knows a stop here will be as good as a touchdown. Easier said than done though. So in Roly football, maybe ever slightly so unlucky to not get the first down on his last spell out there, but the reality is if he scores a touchdown here, he's only 3 points behind, so it's all to play for. Roly's going to be motivated even despite that last little bit of an upset. Right side though, Batty. Jalen Waddle all the way to the house. Touchdown. There's Jalen Waddle. There's the little man. Miami have their instant response to the field goal, and it's 60 yards with Jalen Waddle. That is how you use your wide receivers, and this Super Bowl is firmly underway now. 3-point game. Kyle shell-shocked.
I'll tell you what, as a whole, like, the outside's been money for both of them. Like, not immediately underneath, but see, like, after, where the kind of cornerbacks are sitting, like, that gap between the cornerback and the safety of both of these teams has been absolute money if they can time those throws. So
I think as well, it's a bit of an adjustment from Roly. I think Roly is noticing every time first down, Kyle likes cover 1 or cover 3. It's one or the other. Every single time, and he's confident that with the speed of Jalen Waddle there, he can beat him in the seams. It's a really, really good play there. Now, my goodness me, you need a good bit of defense here, and you are in a great position. And that's a great stop by Kenneth Walker, down for a loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, this is momentum shift he needed. And, Kyle's going to win this game. He's got to shoot this off pretty quick. Now your opponent's scored the majority of the points, sort of as this third period's gone on.
Oh, that's a huge ball! My goodness me, if he clicked on and caught that, the reactions would have been insane. 3rd and long though, Batty. 3rd and 11. This is now absolutely massive. Kyle has got to find 11 yards. He found 10 the last time. I wonder if he gets to 4th and 1 here, if he goes for it or not, since it would be on the 30. Maybe a decision to look at if that pans out. Roly though knows this is absolutely huge. Can he get a stop? Left hand side, Batty, and he's gonna be just over. 1st and 10. A slight hair over the marker, but over the marker nonetheless. Unfortunate for Roly, but again Kyle continues to use that left hand side, in particular when those drag routes are going there. Loves the left hand side, I notice. It's a strong side. Milrow here. Where's he going to go? Looking, scanning through the middle, and that there is another fantastic fumble.
Oh, that's a fumble.
Oh my goodness me! What the hell?
Did he fumble, or what the fuck happened there? The game just spazzed out, or?
Yeah, he fumbled.
Surely he would have been down though.
What?
No. Yeah, he's fucking down. Like, what's the game even doing? Fuck's sake. We're gonna all fucking panic, like. Christ.
Oh, Kenneth Walker through again. Oh, it's not a Super Bowl. Had a little bit of drama. No doubt that got Kyle's blood up. And there's no doubt he leaned forward a little bit there.
Fucking screaming at the TV. Like, what the fuck's going on? Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Kyle gets in for 7 here, but you know, ideally, if you can hold him to 3, put some points on the board yourself, we could be looking at a overtime Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness me, the Cooper Cup.
It's a good read.
Oh, he's getting sticky with Cooper Cup. Down onto the 3. That was nice. Wide receiver screen there works brilliantly. Gets onto the 3, first and goal.
He saw it, he just didn't jump it. I think he didn't know what it was, you know, because like he saw, he was like, oh, why the fuck are they all standing still? And then by the time he's actually got there, it's too late, because Mr. Elusive Cooper Cup can just juke on a dime and shoot. Yeah, he's not got blow past your speed, but he's going to do you with his turns.
Second to go on the 4 here, and it's Fitzpatrick. The user, where is he going to aim to take Minka through the middle, and he tackles it in, touchdown. And the Seahawks re-establish the 10-point lead. Tell you what, mate, kind of off topic away from the game, spare a thought tonight for what it's going to be like in the Discord, what it's going to be like in general for Kiz tonight if Kylemcc wins this Super Bowl. He is not going to hear the end of it for an eternity.
Well,
he really isn't.
It's just part of giving it, isn't it? You're going to get it back. So it's you know, it could have been bad for somebody, I don't know, different universe. Like if either of these two win, you know, I think Roly would let everybody know about it too. So
yeah, Roly there ran into his own.
Dude he is, you know, he's just a confident guy. So you can't, you know, he backs it up, so you can't be mad at him. But we just got those personalities in the league. There's some guys that you're like, oh god, never get to the end of it, and then some guys that probably never even mentioned that they won a Super Bowl. So.
Well,
that's what makes the league so bloody interesting.
I'm surprised he even tried to return that, because, you know, he's been happy to take his yards at the 35, but left-hand side looking, that one to the deep corner, that's wonderful, over into shorter, and shorter here onto the 38. You're right again by every single time for both of these two. The outside lane just continues and continues and continues to be open.
Yeah. I think it must be like the sort of zones that both these guys are playing are just kind of creating pockets, and when they're running zone individually. But I wouldn't be surprised if you know, Roly might still be on 5-5-5 defensively. So he was just before halftime.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 7 minutes, 1 quarter left of Super Bowl VIII. As it stands, Kylemcc and the Seahawks going to be bringing home their first Super Bowl, maybe of Madden 26, but for Kyle as a coach, the first one of his career. Keep in mind, he's been around since Madden 24, trying to kind of win
does
the
win
big
this,
prize.
is it 4?
What do you mean?
Europeans and Americans.
Maybe, I think. Dave twice, Vape, Newff.
Yeah.
That's
and
a great one again.
Pickens twice, Hughes.
Pickens twice, Hughes, and yeah, Kyle, right? Yeah, it will be 4 each.
Yeah.
Split between the continents. There you go. So, Op the Batistuta here tonight, giving us the geographical facts. Kyle doing this one for the Europeans. No doubt, Kiz still won't care. He'll still be booing absolutely to the sound of his own hate speech. But there you go.
Everybody, to be fair.
There he does. Tua here, looking. This one's gone back. He's got to throw it away. Yeah, he needs to throw that one away. So can we tell him the 21 it remains?
Absolutely nobody wanted to help him on the right-hand side of the field, though.
I said, you got to think, this is, I mean, listen, still 6.5 minutes left of the game. Does this feel like a must-score touchdown drive for Roly? Because if he stops...
Got to get 3 in, yeah.
Yeah.
Got to get 3. I think, you know, am I in fall down territory in this current game state? Probably I might be now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think it's 4th and 11. He's got to take 3. He put him under pressure a couple of times, so still hasn't been, you know, I'm not going to say it, but there still hasn't been one. So there's
always time.
Yeah, there is always time, and normally there is only one in games of this caliber. Because if there's multiple, it's just a blowout.
I don't know about this play call, but he's going to run it though. Oh, wow, it's a great play call at the end, but he's going to get stopped on 4th and 2. And Demolition can't get through. Now, this is the question here, Batty. If this was you, do you take 3 or do you say we're going for it? Put it all on the table, all on the line, we're going for it.
My personal line is anything under 4th and 3, I'm going for it before I even ran that. So I would, if I'm being true to myself, I think I would absolutely go for it here.
I'm on the complete opposite side. I would absolutely be terrified to go for it. So we're going to see here confidence.
Still a lot of time left, though, you know.
The confidence is huge. Roly needs a first down. Roly, options have disappeared. Batty. Oh, it's incomplete. And that's going to be Kyle back on the ball. He's just dropped and dropped and dropped with Tua. And in the end, the options disappear. And Kylemcc now is in complete control. 2 scores up with the ball, 5 minutes to go. That's a terrible decision by Roly.
It is terrible. Like, I don't. Oh my god. Or is it the best decision ever made? Like, you know, it could be that too. Like, what a fantastic adjustment last minute there. Like, I don't know if you clocked the bottom corner, but he shed underneath like last second there. So.
Oh wow. Oh my god, from the absolute despair Roly football must have been feeling to just knees sliding across his dorm room like a crazy person. 38-35. Kyle still in control here.
I can say it now because it's been one, like, turnover. You know, normally if it's multiple from a team, they lose quite comfortably. So, do we see one go the other way? I don't know, but Kyle needs to shake that off big time. And if I'm Roly, I'm just sending the heat again because you're damn right he's probably going to run the ball. You know, after he's just done that, he's definitely going to run the bloody ball.
Football is going to be pumped right now. He is going to be feeling like this game.
See the Melrose legs for K9 to start this drive. That's what I'd be thinking.
Maybe he bakes that. Maybe he makes Roly think that and then starts to throw the balls.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of decisions that win you games like this. You know, you got to think, all right, what do you think? What's my opponent going to think I'm going to do? And then what's the most stupid thing I could do? Because sometimes that works. You know, it works against people like CJ all the time. You want to beat CJ, do the most stupid shit possible.
Left-hand side, Batty, left-hand side. It's the outside route again. Every single time these two on the first play, the first snap, are getting completely exposed on that left-hand side. It's always the left as well. Brilliant start from Kyle, gets it onto the 49. If you're Kyle, do you try and score here or do you just try and milk the clock and just take this as slow as possible?
I think it would depend how quick I get this new set of downs. If I get it quick now, I'm just scoring.
Right side, and that's going to be Cooper Cup out to the 36. Well, there you go. There's your question asked and answered instantly, and he's in field goal range again.
Yeah, I think you score, give away enough time, and then you get the ball back just before the 2, probably. But yeah,
right through the middle though, and there's Kenneth Walker. Huge. Kenneth Walker, another 6 yards. He will take that all day, every day. And this is where I think now you start to see Kyle play the in-game management. I think this is going to be risk-free football. I think this is where you're going to see the run plays, the Jalen Milroe plays, the play-action boots. And I think this is where Kyle's just going to try and take this one all the way down and make this a 6-point game.
Yeah.
Second and 4, the 29. There's the handoff, and there's Kenneth Walker. And look at that blocking again. Wonderful from the O-line down to the 22.
Yeah, they're just winning that trench war at the minute, aren't they? I mean, Roly's done a good job, you know, kind of limiting Kenneth Walker. He's had a good game. He's had a great game, no, but he's had a good game. He's mainly been used in the passing game, or he was in the first half. But yeah, it's going to be difficult.
No, this is going to be a touchdown.
He's messed up there.
Yep. Yeah. He's clicked to change, I think, the formation or the setup, Batty, and he's dove with his user as Carl snapped the ball. And that there is a touchdown, and that could be, Batistuta, the Super Bowl bagged and going back to Scotland to like Zach Charbonnet with the touchdown. And Roly football now is really, really going to be struggling. 44-35. The PAT will make it a 10-point game again. Roly football needs 2 scores in effectively 3.5 minutes. That is devastating.
You can see and get a touchdown.
He was
this for Tom to get a touchdown.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Not
oh,
he
nearly fucking missed it.
He missed it though. So he was flicking through like the defensive changes, and that's the thing when you get a little bit too handsy and you start to make too many adjustments or flick across too many things, and then your opponent snaps the ball and you're hitting X. You know, you can dive just by accident. That's exactly what happened. Yeah. Roly football going to be feeling absolutely horrendous after that because of how well he did to get back into the game. But just like that, with one small mistake, he's back to being 10 points down with 3 minutes remaining. He needs.
Good thing is he has the explosiveness in his team. Yeah, he has the explosiveness in his team to score in the split. You know, in a split second.
Yeah.
You're in fall down territory anyway. Do you take a couple of shots now, or do you take a shot first down and then go for it again third down? Just on the downs that you think your opponent's going to least expect it. But yeah, he's got to almost certainly score before the 2-minute, I'd say. Especially missing that timeout, which could be massive.
Well, here we go. Tua looking left-hand side. And A-Shane there, sponges one, and then Jesus Christ almighty, gets absolutely levered off the field there.
Big body wag coming in.
Yep. Well, there are good starts for the Dolphins. Gain of 9. But again, even though it's this time on the clock, it does feel like he's got to move as quick as humanly possible. He cannot afford to move this ball slowly. You need your best kind of deep action, kind of 30-40 yard plays. Oh my goodness me, is A-Shane there down to the 42. Now will he no huddle this, Batty? That's the question. Yes he will. Yes he will.
Yeah.
He's moving the pace into his favour here. Let's see if he can get some sort of positivity going. Right trigger there. That's brought in. Safe catch down to the 35, 2nd and 3. And again, no huddle. He's chasing the game. It is all legal here. People often complain about the abundance of it, but he is chasing the game. You can't complain here. Where's this one going to go? Looking back, nothing's opening.
He's got to throw it away.
He's got to throw it away.
Maybe he scrambles. Maybe.
Well, but he's got to go here. Tua that gets the first down to the 30 and stops the clock. Was that poor from Kyle? Kyle felt like he had a whole hour there to go and get the sack on Tua, but was just too busy covering the zones.
Yeah, very surprised he didn't send somebody there. I don't know, maybe he doesn't know how to do it, but yeah, it's or maybe he's just too worried about Tyreek coming across the pitch. That would have been devastating. Just go and use it, and then you end up using it.
And that's going to be intentional grounding.
It's intentional grounding, I think, yeah.
Wow.
And I lost it down.
That is gutting.
Massive. Yeah.
That's not ideal.
But again, like, you're situated, does it change that much? I mean, what is it at the minute? 57. So at like bare minimum, you probably need 5, and then you can kick because you're still in the same situation.
The thing that I would be looking back at now, Batty, is about that challenge where you lost the timeout.
Yeah, yes, that's honestly be the game.
2nd and 21 on the 40. Tua looking for options. Tua going to run right through the middle here. Tua gets down onto the 34, 3rd and 15. I think we're going to see one more.
No, I think you've got to kick the field goal before, or like you either have to get the first down or you got to kick the field goal before the 2. You need that 2-minute warning as a timeout.
Absolutely, you do. Where's he going to go with this one? He's looking, Batty. There's nothing open. Is he going to go forward here? I think he's going to run forward, Batty. No, he's not. He's still scanning. How much time does Roly want to give up here? Oh my God.
No.
Oh, and it's out of bounds, but he could have ran for a gain of 10 or 15, made the field goal really easy. 51-yarder. So now here we go. It is a field goal for Roly. If he wants to go for it, he can. I think it would be ridiculous to do. It would lose him the game to go for it on 4th and 15 personally, but here we go then. He's going to take the field goal, and now he knows he's got to stop Kyle, score a touchdown, and this will take it to overtime.
Yeah, he's gone past 2 minutes. That's massive.
Is
like
good.
If you're gonna throw it out, you need to throw it out at 2:01.
Yeah,
he's missed the 2-minute warning.
He's
like
dilly-dallying massively.
Yeah, that's what, maybe 40 seconds he's gonna have less time. Because if I'm Kyle, I'm not even considering throwing this ball at all.
I think if Kyle is crazy, he throws this football. I think he's going to rely on that O-line that's been incredible the entire game in helping with the run blocks. He knows Roly football is down a timeout. He knows he can chew clock here. All it takes back is 1 first down, and I think this game is won.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's absolutely done, yeah. It's what, 1st and we'll say 2nd and 4, and then converts game is absolutely over.
Well, here we go, 1st and 10 of the 25. As heat coming, pressure coming, the play actions there, right side, and that's down onto the 32. Did he go out of bounds, Batty? He did. Clock stops.
What the bloody hell, Trevor Lawrence? Yeah, if you didn't see Trevor Lawrence did that yesterday, he basically need to basically stay in bounds and then seal the game against the 49ers, but he ran it out of bounds like a tit. No. So.
Well, it keeps the game somewhat alive for Roly. As there's that. Oh, Kenneth Walker falling forward, 3rd and 2. Yeah. And now here it comes then for Kyle. Can you get 2 yards to win this game? Or do you get stopped and punt this away? And then we are on for a real finale in this one tonight. 45-38. It has been high scoring. It has been gung-ho football. Kyle 2 yards away from bringing home his first ever Super Bowl hit as the Seattle Seahawks. Hands this one off, and that's a big stop back. 4th and 2. And I think now Kyle has just got to rely on his defense, which has been pretty damn spot on. I was talking about 45-38 scoreline, Bay, but Roly hasn't been able to cope with it.
And listen to me here. Do you go for it? Because if you don't, he has 1:30 left. You've got 3 timeouts.
He's going for it.
Almost, yeah. I was gonna say, like, this kind of game situation, I think there's an argument to actually go for it.
Oh my God! Well, this is absolutely huge. Would I go for it?
No, but there's an argument for it.
Can he find it? The play action here, Bay rounds aside, and it's over. He's got it. 1st and 10.
And
he just gets it.
Did he?
No, he goes out. He goes out, but it's not going to matter. By no timeouts remaining, and that's going to be victory formation. Kylemcc is going to win the Super Bowl by a ball hair there, you could maybe argue, but regardless whether it's a ball hair or not, it is a ballsy, big balls call, and he is going to walk away Super Bowl champion here tonight. Kiz will hate the sound of that. He's going to have to accept it, the champion of this season, the Super Bowl winner, Kylemcc and the Seattle Seahawks. He didn't get it done this time last year against Newff, the first Super Bowl of Madden 25, but he returns 12 months later and gets this one over the line. He finally has done it, something that he's been waiting to do since Madden 24. Kylemcc has proven to a lot of people that he is the best out of the 32. Congratulations to him. A hell of a game from Roly football. One will have to think back to that challenge call. One will have to think back to the tightness. One will even have to think back into that illegal contact call earlier on in the first half, which maybe could have again changed everything if that sack got off instead. Micro moments that can change the direction of a game, and especially in a game which was only decided by a score, by 7 points. Tonight though, it doesn't matter. America falls to Europe. It is 4-4 on the geographical board. 4 Super Bowls for North America, 4 Super Bowls for Europe. In terms of the Europeans now, Kylemcc joins Pickings twice and Hughes as the first Scotsman, Matty, to win the Super Bowl. So the first Scotsman to win the Super Bowl here tonight in Kylemcc. And now the big question is, can you defend it? The big question is, can you go back to back? Only one man has done it in the franchise league, and of course that is Pickings over at last season's Las Vegas Raiders. 45-38 the full-time score. And for Khaled tonight, he will be making sure a lot of people, especially kids, will know about that scoreline. 7-point game. It was explosive. We knew that it was going to be explosive in terms of offense. I thought the way that all the players were used, from Kenneth Walker to Jalen Waddle, was excellent. You got to great credit to Roly as well to get this far and to do what he's done in this season with Tua Tagovailoa, with Darren Waller, with Westbrook Akine, like these players back here that just don't have any business being in a Super Bowl. I think he can take some serious credit here this season as well.
Yeah, I think that Dolphins team is, they've got weapons, but are they a Super Bowl ready team? Absolutely not. So to take them to win the AFC with that team, it's just going to be scary for the rest of the league how that team's going to look in a couple of years.
If you can hear us, by the way, in the background, can you scroll over and tell us who the Super Bowl MVP was? I'm interested to see who got that one. And we're going to find out. It was... We're not going to see it until after this, are we? Okay, never mind. Right, we don't get to see it until after we advance. They've changed that then from last year. So, no idea who got Super Bowl MVP, but we'll find out on Vance. But 45-38 bang. In the end, for you, a fair result. Or do you feel for Roly football a little bit?
I think it's fair. Like, I feel for Roly a little bit, but it's, you can't... If he converts on the big fourth downs, it's a different game. Was he overly aggressive? No, because I think the game opened up in a way where you had to just go right, fuck it, I'm in fourth down territory anyway. He had a good fight. A lot of players in this league would have collapsed after that, the first half, the first kind of quarter. So, to bring yourself back in and then, two pivotal moments, you could argue the fourth down in the first half and then the A-Chan run. Like, if he converts both of there, like, completely different game, and I think both of them played pretty good game. It's just, Kyle's team edge the victory today. I think those two could play each other 10 times, and one of them would probably win 6, and the other would win 4. But yeah, I think Roly's team is probably at a slight disadvantage ratings-wise, so there's a bit of copium in that, but I don't think you can, be too upset at all coming out of that AFC, being or representing the AFC in the Super Bowl at all.
100%. And I think it makes an intriguing kind of conversation now as to how both of those two in particular strengthen their teams, rebuild their teams. Again, we know regression is going to hit. We're going to see that, of course, after we get Advance done. But a great season, a very rapid season. We started this season back... I want to say about a month and a week ago, so it's been about 5-6 weeks, so we've moved rapid. Like I said, there's going to be minimum 6, maybe 7, maybe if we're fast enough, 8 seasons of this Madden. We are absolutely nowhere near done for the Madden content throughout the year. This goes all the way until August of 2026, so again, it's fastly becoming, if not already is, the kind of stand-alone number 3 game of VFL. When people think of VFL now, they think of the UFC, they think of FIFA, they think of F1, they think of Madden. Like the increase of interest and people wanting to get involved, even if it is in the fantasy league, to kind of get their toe wet is great. So again, if you've enjoyed it today, you're watching it from the FIFA side, and you went, yeah, that was fucking awesome. Get involved. It's a difficult game to learn. You're going to need to kind of accept it's going to take time. The way I always say to people is, you don't see an American pick up FIFA for the first time, whack a game of legendary kickoff on, and win 5-0. It's going to take time, but I would encourage everyone and anyone, if you liked what you saw today, get involved. We've probably got the best online career mode or online franchise mode in all of Europe. I don't think anyone touches us in terms of what we do and the prizes we give out. But again, a big congratulations to Kylemcc tonight, the ultimate villain. It was a villain off. People dubbed this Super Bowl as a Stalin versus Hitler off. There was no winners, people said, going into this one tonight. Well, there is a winner, and his name is Kylemcc. Congratulations to him, and we'll be in contact, of course, of the prize delivery and details. Any final thoughts here tonight, Bang?
No, just good season by Roly, you know, the normal deal, not much drama, you know, bring on free agency chaos in the draft.
Absolutely. Draft, of course, set for Saturday, but we'll maybe look into it. If people want to do the draft on Friday, we can take a look into it, but Saturday definitely, Friday maybe. And of course, we'll have a whole heap of Fantasy League action. If any of the Fantasy League players want to kind of get on the screen and play, then their season is just only about halfway through. They only play 2 games a week, so there's still a lot of Madden action to kind of catch up on. For now, though, take care, take it easy. It's a late one here. Remember, we're going to be advancing immediately, and contract renewals will be advanced an hour afterwards. So let's pretty much say that we're going to go into free agency 1 at 2 a.m. UK, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you get your final chance of contract renewals over the line. Take care, take it easy. If you need us, we'll be on Discord. Good night. Congrats again, Kyle. Commiserations to Roly Football. A great season.